guys, we're working on the T-Bird today. We're gonna get it ready for power tour. I haven't made a video in a while because I got in a little bit of a fire. I lost my hair and some layers of skin, so it was a disaster. So it was a little while healing up, a little over a month, almost 2 months healing. So that's why you haven't seen a video. I might throw some pictures of my burnt up crispy hand or something on the end of this. We'll see. It's pretty ugly to look at, but I'm an ugly guy anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, here we are on the T-Bird. So I don't like the way this has been running. We did thermostat, we did water pump, we did all that stuff, and it still runs. It's not hot. It like runs like it did when it had the 190 thermostat, but it's got a 180, and it still creeps up to 190. So everybody says on power tour, make sure your cooling system is up for the task. So this thing sat for like 40 something, whatever it was, 40 something years. And this thing is just, it's just really dirty in there. It's just, I washed it and I ran the shit through there, all kinds of chemical stuff, and it just keeps coming back. It's just dirty. When you look at the antifreeze in the pan, like as a whole, it doesn't look bad. But when you get to a spot like that, it's not clean. So we're gonna wash it out one more time. And I'm thinking there's some stuff in that radiator, maybe not. It doesn't overheat. It just runs a little bit warmer than I'd like. And I know Fords do tend to run warmer, but. So anyway, we're gonna do the water pump. We're gonna do valve cover gaskets. That side's looking like it's gonna not be awesome. This side looks nice and easy. So we pulled the spark plug wires off. It's nice with the original Fomoco wires. There's number 8, they're all marked. 8. Oh, we're just gonna keep finding number 8. But no, they all go in an order. So it's, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's kind of nice. You don't have to worry about I put them in the clip the correct way anyway. But so we're gonna zip out these clamp bolts. We'll zip out the shroud. We'll push the shroud back, take clamps off, pull the lower hose off, and the 2 training lines. So I'll show you that stuff. Yeah, so I was working on a gas tank for the Oldsmobile, and that's when I had a problem. I have neuropathy in my hands and stuff pretty bad, so they don't always work the best. I was working on a wiring harness with dual fuel pumps for that thing, and I walked over to check the length of a harness in a gas tank that was not full, but it wasn't completely empty. It had plenty of fumes in it. So I screwed up and I walked over there to check the length of the harness, which was wicked stupid. I checked the length of the harness and I dropped my heat gun that I was soldering with right in the sending unit hole of the tank, which the thing is the same size. I couldn't make that shot, and I'm there's just no way. I don't know how I made that shot. I don't know how it happened. It just did. I dropped that thing. My hand gave up on me. I dropped that thing, and it went exactly in that hole. I mean, it was just perfect. And then nothing happened. So the heat gun is running in a tank with little to no fuel in it. Nothing happened. So my first reaction was to not go unplug the heat gun, which should have been what I did. My first reaction was to reach down and quickly and grab that heat gun and pull it out of there. The second I touched that heat gun, that whole tank blew up. It didn't blow up into like fragments, it just blew massive fireballs out of it. And that fireball burnt off all my hair and all my skin, my hand, and my face. And I'm not a good looking bald guy. So that's where we're at. So that's why there's been no video, guys. I do appreciate you guys, the guys that have subscribed. And man, I'm doing terrible today, guys. I'm just not having a good day here. This thing just doesn't want to cooperate at all. So let's see if we can do this. Let's see if it's going to sit there and get you guys situated. I'll cut this wobbliness out, I guess. Give you guys vertigo, huh? All right, so there's the training line. That's the top one. There's another one right below it. They're, I think, 5/8 or 11/16, so we have both. I think it's 5/8. Oh, and they're not even that tight. So sometimes the inside will spin. Make sure I have the wrench there just in case I need it. That's a 1/2 inch. And then I'll wrestle that hose off. Sounds like some hot rod out front. Maybe somebody might be showing up here. We'll see. Alright guys, I gotta move you off just a little because you're right on top of me now. There we go. Okay, that's both training lines. Those will leak. I'm going to pull the lower hose off, and then I'm going to jerk that radiator out. So I'm going to pause you guys for a second. All right, guys, we're going to jerk that radiator out of there. I got the lower hose off. We'll pull this sucker out, and then we'll take a look at the replacement radiator, which is it's a cheapo. It's a champion. All right, Ray, get away from that radiator. All right, so there's our radiator. Ray's looking at it. Ray's gonna check it out. Ray, you checking out that radiator? How's it look, buddy? Yeah, it looks good, huh? So there's our radiator. See that rust stain? That's the shit that was spilled out of it. It just doesn't look good. Like, it's got the original chalk mark still on it. But, you know, I talked to my buddies, and they're Ford guys. They like Fords. And, mostly Mustang Cougar. But, this is our new 4-core. It's one of those cheapos. It's I forget what it was called. A Champion, I think. So, I could not agree with spending $1,000 on a Griffin radiator. I just can't do it. So, this is what we got. That's what's going to go in there. It is a 4-core. It is aluminum. Everything seems to be right. We'll see how it fits. All right, so we're going to get back over here now. And the other thing is I want to pull these valve covers off because anytime these things sit for a long, long time, you can have a problem with the valve seals. They get so hard, and then they start getting crunched up, and you'll find them laying in the oil return. So the return at the front and the back, you'll start finding chunks of the valve seals because they're just crumbling. So I want to see, now that I've put a few thousand miles on the car, I want to pull that valve cover. I want to do both of them because the gaskets are leaking. But anyway, I want to pull them off to look and see if there's like valve seals getting crunchy in there. And then we'll, you know, if we have to do valve seals, I mean, I don't think this motor's staying anyway. I know the purist people hate that shit, but like this thing really needs like a 460 or something. It needs something better than this. I mean, it runs perfect. It just has it makes no power. But anyway, if I do leave it, which who knows, we can put air in the cylinder. We can fill it up. We can do the valve spring, pull them off and leave the motor in the car. I've done it before that way. We can do it on this one. Maybe I'll show you guys that anyway. I'm just hoping to find nothing in there. Hopefully everything's good. I'm going to zoom you guys in. And we'll do this valve cover. Hopefully we can be on the same place at the same time. Man, this thing does not want to... You guys are just going to keep hearing me cry about this tripod deal. So I got us kind of set up here. So I'm going to whip these out. The 7/16. I'm going to drop them and lose them most likely. Put that back in a little bit. One in the center up here. Stayed in there. That's good. Put them in my little rag over here. Some of these we'll probably have to get by hand, which is okay. We'll get them. We'll get them. So this was a stud. That was a stud. The middle one was a bolt so far. So these have the stud on them. They hold your wire, the factory plug wire loom thing. It's got a hole in it that holds them all together. That zips down on top of those studs. So if you kind of pay attention. I did tighten these bolts once to see if I could get it to, you know, stop the leak. It did slow it down, but it wasn't awesome. So I think what's happening is the cork gasket is just, you know, dried out beyond dry. So it's just crumbling probably. Or we could have tightened them and we're doing all this for nothing. Which it doesn't matter. I want to see inside the motor where the thing just sat so long. It makes me nervous, honestly. All right, let's see if we can get that last one with an extension. Or if we have to go to by hand. Oh, we're gonna tune. I did some tuning on the carburetor. I'll show you guys that too. That's why this vacuum gauge is laying here. And I just, unhooked the, I took the fill cap off and just flipped it up. That worked out okay. Didn't have to go pulling every single thing apart. And we got one bolt in the back here. I think we can get it with this. Hopefully that stays in the socket. It's not going to stay in the socket. It's staying in the valve cover, guys. Of course it is. Anything to test out my hand strength today, I guess. All right, there we go. I think that's all of them. We got one there. There's out. There's out. That's out. That's out. That's out. Okay, I do believe that's all of them. Oof. Oh, that thing is stuck it on there, guys. We gotta get something to pry that off. Man, I hate prying on those. Okay, guys, we got the closest thing we can find. Oh, there we go. All right. With a claw hammer. Okay, let's see. Is it gonna be a sludge box? It shouldn't be. Look at that, huh? You guys see that? Nice and clean in there. I don't know where the gasket's stuck on the head. Not bad, we'll clean that up. That looks pretty good, I like it. We'll zoom you guys in for the lifter shot. The rock around. Alright, let's see what we got there. Everything looks good. I don't see any pieces in there yet. I don't see any pieces. Oh, this fucking stand is driving me insane. There you go. Alright. Yeah, it's got the old cork gasket on it. That's crispy. That is crispy. I don't see any no valve seal material in there. Oil's pretty black for being changed. We'll change that again before we go. And I'm going to scrape this clean and vacuum it all up. So I'm going to pause you guys. You don't need to watch me scrape that. So we'll scrape that, get that thing set up. I'll bring you back for the cover. And we'll go from there. Okay, guys, we got our valve cover all cleaned up. I bought the fancy Felpro deals this time. We'll see. It'll hold the bolt top and bottom. It can probably do all of them. They fit kind of snug in there. So we wiped that all out, cleaned our gasket on our head, vacuumed it all up. So now we're going to stick this cover back on. Hopefully we'll start those two by hand. We'll start these two by hand, and then the rest of them will go right in. We will see. I hope so. Should. Pretty fancy gasket right there. Okay, good one. Yep. Two right there. Two might be right there. I think it is. All right, let's see if we can catch some other ones. So, this one was a stud. It does kind of hold them. Can't turn them with my hand. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You guys ain't staring at the top of my bald ass head. Just had a magnetic socket right now. Okay, it started. No light. Perfect. There we go. And we have another stud that's going to go in the front. Up here. Whoop. Bumping you guys around. Okay. All right, we're going to snug those down. one more to put it in the back. See if we can make that one happen. All right, I know you're there somewhere. Okay. Well, if them Velcros don't leak, I think I'm gonna like those. Well, would like them all if they didn't leak, I guess, but I like the way they hold the shape, so you're not fighting with a cork that's like drooping down or, you know, always doing some kind of weird shit where they're falling. This one has to come back out. That one holds our this wiring harness that I pushed up out of the way. That needs to go back down there, and that gets bolted with that. Did I get it? I missed it. I missed it. I missed it. I missed it. Come up here. Come up here where I can see you. Come on. Okay, that's that. Gonna snug all them down. Make sure nothing's caught underneath there. Wires or anything. Everything looks pretty good. This one's got to come out. We'll get another wire clamp here. Goes under that stud. We'll see. See if we can get it in there. Where are you? Seen you a minute ago. Are you there? And did we get it? I think we did. I think we did. We did. We got it. All right, guys. So that's that. Give these a snug. I don't put the gun on these, just in case you're wondering. I should put the gun on them. Probably good content. Zip them right the fuck down. Smash them flat. I only go hand tight on these, not much more than a little snug. You can always tighten them. I don't know how these are. But once you mash them all to death, that's the end of it. So, that's the rule I go with. Hope that radiator fixes our little warming problem. It's not overheating, it's just warm. That's what I was talking about earlier. I got some buddies that are into the Cougar Mustangs. We're talking about this. And, you know, we're thinking this, I'm hoping it's not, but it could be just a whole bunch of crud in the block, or it sat for so long. I hope that's not the case. It could be, but, you know. So I'm glad they put that cruise control shit right in the way. I guess I could go get a longer extension. Or just work through it, right? Good enough. We will see what happens. Alright, so that's all snug. We'll flip this doodad back over. That back on. Take all our spark plug wires and harness. We'll run our harness back down. So that little thing went on that stud. So there's that one. And then there's one on this stud. So light is just perfect in here. Alright, there we go. So we got 8. Back. 7. These do have all the numbers on them, although I don't see them right now. I see number 8. Oh, they're up here. Okay. They're everywhere. Okay, so there's 7. So they are marked. And they are Ford. They do say 1979 on them. How about that? So I'm sure these things will be jumping off and shorting out all over on Power Tour. And they'll give me all the trouble then. Alright, that's that one, guys. So we're going to go to the other side now. I'm going to drop that radiator in, just see how it fits. So I'm going to pause you guys for a second. And I'll get that radiator over here, and then we'll look at the radiator. See how it looks. See how the brackets fit. Well, we can check these top ones now. That's my only concern on that radiator, is these rubbers. The tanks on that thing are really wide. So we'll see if this fits. Okay guys, I just looked at that radiator. And they put a pedestal right there. So this is where this, so instead of going over the whole tank like the old one did, it's going to just clip on there like that. So that's kind of neat. Hopefully that works. I don't know if that's going to make the radiator too high. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Oh guys, the radiator dropped right in, no problem. These clamps are a little bit funny, but they're going to work. I kind of wish they weren't the way they are. But see, that thing is short and this is longer. So it does have room. We'll see how good it clamps it when we tighten the clamp. Like if it clamps it real tight, then I ain't going to worry about it. But if it doesn't clamp it real tight, then we might move our brackets around slightly. Well, we'll put a piece of rubber in there for a stop. We'll do something. We'll do something with it. Make sure it's like good to go. You know, make sure it's all supported on the bottom. It's like not falling off or rubbing anywhere. So we'll have to check it out real good. And then we'll have to put the clips on for the fan shroud, which is pretty easy. They just slide on from the top. And the clips that capture it underneath will slide on. I kind of want this back as far as it'll go. So we'll see. That clamps it pretty tight. Yeah, that's pretty good, guys. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Heck yeah. I like it. Not bad. For, you know, champion radiator. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how good they are, how bad they are, but we'll see. Yeah, that fits in there pretty well. The bolts look like they're gonna, the clips look like they'll actually work for the shroud. Oh, no, they won't. No, they're not gonna work at all. So we're gonna have to drill a hole over here because there's no mounting. There's no mounting anywhere. So we're gonna have to make some stuff work here now. So well, there's a little bit of, we got a little bit of fucking around to do, but not bad, all things considered. I'll drill some holes in there and we'll make it work. It'll be good to go. That's about it, guys. I'm gonna call it a night. So, and they'll probably call this a video. We're gonna do the other side of the valve cover. If you guys really want to see that, that's kind of the pain in the ass side. This side here. So on this side, I'll walk you through. I guess. And grab my whoop. Give you guys some. Yeah. All right. So on this side, we're gonna pull the heater core hoses. We'll pull them out of the way. We already have the top. Well, the top radiator hose can go back on. So that's going to go back down there to that. So these two hoses will come out of the way. Actually, I could probably flip them up, but I'll just take them out of the way. Same thing with the spark plug wires. We'll unwrap them. And then there's a choke stove tube. It comes up. It's right here. It goes down to the exhaust manifold. So normally, if you can get it off the carburetor and everything if it comes off and don't twist and break and all the bullshit, take it off the carburetor and you can flip that hose around, wiggle that tube, it'll come out of the manifold without unscrewing anything. It just sits in a machine thing that screws into the manifold, but that's just sitting in there. It's not like screwed in or nothing. So you'll have to take it off the choke stove right here. It's right on the underside of this. Unscrew it, turn it out of the way. If you can just turn it out of the way, just turn it out of the way. Or just take it out if you have to. We already got the vacuum line off. I think we're good to go here for the most part. Then we'll take that cover off and we'll just change the gasket. And that'll be that. Pretty simple. This is a bitch side to do, but you know, it ain't that bad. Alright guys, I'm going to show you the dual exhaust we got. The new dual exhaust we put underneath there. So let me pause you for a minute while I run the lift up. Okay, guys, here we go. So we went with 2.5. They have turn downs on them. Guy did a nice job bending them up. Here's the other one. They come down just below the bumper, so you don't really see anything. You do see a little bit of this, but you know, there's nothing you can really do about that. But he did a nice job. Did some flow masters. So we put on here. Put flow masters on it. Here's his pipe work. And then I had him up front. I didn't really care. So when we got to the cross member, I said, do whatever. I said, but from the cross member, turn the cross member, which is right here, back, I want 2.5. So if I ever do swap to 460, we're just going to be redoing this one head pipe. And then I'll be able to keep the rest of the exhaust. And that's hopefully the plan. But he did a good job. Yeah, no, it's definitely nice. I can't believe how small these pipes were on the 302. I mean, that's what he had to do to match the manifold. The thing's like, I don't know, 2-inch? It's pretty tiny shit up in there. But, so that's that. And, I did get a 460 for it. So we are collecting some stuff. I'll show you the 460 real quick. And then I'm going to call this video done. So we picked up a new LT engine too. I don't know what that's going to go in yet, but we have a new LT, whatever it is, high injection pump, whatever. I don't know much about them yet. I guess I'm going to learn maybe. But here's that 460 we got. I tried to get this running. I have a video. I didn't really post it. The thing was kind of a pain in the ass. So we got a 460. It's got crap heads on it. It's a 79 or 78. It's got the low compression junk heads. I think I have a line on some Dub C's from 69 or 70. Then I'll throw a set of pistons at it. Maybe, I'd like to be around 10.5 to 1, maybe more. We got a C6 tranny down there. And that's about it. It has all the brackets. It has the AC bracket. Everything we need to make this thing look as factory as we can in that Thunderbird. That's my whole goal. I don't want something in there. Like when I was a younger kid, man, I put 2 of these in. One was kind of I did the Lincoln mounts, and it just didn't fit well. I mean, it fit in there, but it wasn't good. It was young, dumb kid shit. Then later on, I found, 76 Torino, used all that stuff. The thing fit in there correctly. Everything was good, and it just worked. So that's what we're going to do with this one. If it doesn't really look too factory, then I don't really want it in there. I don't want something that looks, totally out of place in there. It should pass for stock. And there it has cruise. It has the correct bracket for the cruise thing. So this thing has a lot of good things. We're going to get rid of the cast iron intake. I would really like to go to aluminum heads, but they're just too expensive. So it's probably going to be a set of Dub C's, and we're going to call it a day. We'll get rid of some of this shit, that heavy duty ass looking thing. But no, that should work for us. It has most of the brackets we need. Some of the stuff I pulled off already, but that thing will be pretty good, I think. All right, guys, I might throw some pictures of the burns in here. I don't know if I'm going to yet, but if not, see ya. Like, share, subscribe.